AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
And first round, 2025 NBA playoffs. Let's get into this, man. Got some bums out here, AllBall. What we thinking? The most savage game we saw so far. OKC thumping, Flea Boys thumping, them bum ass Grizzlies, huh? Boston Celtics thumping them bum ass Orlando Magic.
I'm gonna be honest. This is why I don't like the play-in. Certain teams does not belong or do not belong in the playoffs. What OKC did to the Memphis Grizzlies today was an embarrassment to the league. To lose by 50 in the playoffs,
It's crazy.
I'm just being honest. It is. It is. It's too much talent. It's too much everything in the league to not be able to compete by 50. I'm gonna be honest, Flea. I don't have much to say. I wish I would waste this good air that I have left in my lungs to go on a rant about a team that lost by 50. Y'all don't deserve to be brought up about anything. Embarrassing. And I'm gonna say it here, and this is it. Ja Morant will be out of Memphis very soon. Very soon. And I've been saying it. Bane, it's not a starting guard in the NBA. Great guy coming off the bench. But lose by 50 is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Flea, what you thinking, man? Should we not have a play-in anymore? And like, what is your biggest, I guess, talking point for the first round?
I like the play-in. It's grown on me, right? Like at first it was like a little bit of a circus act, but like anything new in the NBA that doesn't, feel right, it's like, I don't know about that. But I think I've liked it. It creates a little excitement towards the end of the season and get a chance to see guys compete to get into the playoffs. So I think it's cool. I think it's absolutely embarrassing to get beat by 50 in the playoffs. Completely embarrassing, completely unacceptable. At this point, I'm over Memphis's act because it's an act at this point. Like I'm over it. They inadvertently fired the coach, which I think now it should be like it should be criminal. You had a rookie head coach in his first ever playoff game get beat by 50. That should tell you some things about where you at as an organization, right? And so I see this series now being over quickly, right? Ja Morant said they're not going to play that. There's no way that they play that bad ever again. Okay, but you're never going to play good enough to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in 7 games. So, like, I'm just over the Memphis Grizzlies act. As I said before, when they lost Dylan Brooks, they lost a lot of their toughness and a lot of their togetherness because he kind of brought them together, especially on the defensive end. Ja's a lunatic. Jaren Jackson Jr. is regular weed, right? Desmond Bane, regular weed. Everything over there is regular, right? They go so deep. Pause. Fabian's been talking about Vince Williams, regular weed. Zach Edey can't keep the ball over his head, regular weed. Like these niggas is just like, I'm over their act. I'm over the act, and I end with this. Absolutely expect Ja Morant to be somewhere else besides Memphis, and I do want and look forward to him having a prosperous career. I love the kid's game. I love how he plays the game of basketball, but at the end of the day, it is a lot of smut getting put on him, and he's starting to become, we're starting to look at a lot of other things besides his game, right? It's just we're not focused on his basketball game anymore. He had the great end of the regular season. We're not focused on that. He finished off great, but nobody's focused on that. And so, yeah, I look for him to be out of Memphis, and I'm over that act.
Hey, just real quick, Flea, Fabian, can y'all just please admit here that there's 3 brothers up here. 2 of them was vouching for this Memphis Grizzly roster, and one guy always said this roster ain't shit. Can we just admit to that?
That is true. At the beginning.
Thank you, Flea. Look at your man. Thank you, Flea.
We can't hate.
That's your man, Ja Morant. Enough is enough with the shenanigans. What are you talking about?
No. Hold on. Can you first admit first, please?
But I admit what?
Before
Bro, you
they
used to
fired
go
this
crazy
dude,
over this roster.
we were saying that they were going to be a 4th or 5th seed, and before the coach got fired, they were.
Exactly. They
They
changed the hold on. They changed the
were.
coach. The Zach Edey. I'm not saying he's a rookie of the year candidate, but they already proved what they were.
They were.
Like, nah.
They
We
were a
can't
top
even
4
they
seed.
trade after them, they traded Marcus Smart. That roster is not like it's not a bum roster, bro. Like what this should be talked about is that SGA is averaging like 35 against Ja Morant and Memphis. He took his spot and made sure he's saying, y'all don't belong in the same, you don't belong in the same class as me. And this is what happens when you just play ball, regardless of your shenanigans. Ant-Man, same thing. He has a whole bunch of off-field scandalous stuff going on. And what does he do? He plays ball. He had a major trade this offseason. He has changes going on around him. He has different teammates, plays ball. So I'm not going to say that the Memphis Grizzlies roster, I'm not giving Ja Morant out like that. That's what you're trying to do, and I'm definitely not going to do that. The demise of Ja Morant is big. This is awful for him to do. I was holding him down when Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp were talking about, I know some street dudes, and he's not a real street dude. What does that have to do with basketball, man? That's it. You could be a gangster all you want to. Do you play ball? Is Ja Morant serious about basketball? These other guys that are doing it, what the Minnesota Timberwolves did to the Lakers yesterday? Beat down. That should be talked about more. That should be talked about more because Anthony Davis and the Mavericks, all right, they got a bunch of injuries. They have an excuse. But that trade, Luka better step up in the next coming years to even make this to even make it a laughable thing like everybody made it out to be. So I really love to see what Flea and you always hold on to. Yo, you a top seed. It's playoff time. The big boys show up. The guys who've been consistent for years. Now, OKC, Boston, dumping them Magic. And then the Cavs right now, they're up by 11 against the Miami Heat. They got to stand the test of time right now. So the first round, the Joker, the Nuggets. I love that. How can you not love that story? How much ish were we talking about Russell Westbrook? Them firing their coach, and Big Joker comes out and they beat the Clippers, who everybody was talking about going into the playoffs. So playoffs is exciting. Game
one. This
definitely
game one for all of these series, even for us. It's
absolutely.
Game one.
But we're reacting to like right now. What are we thinking of the first round as of right now?
But I think Flea, we not, let's be honest. For some of these game ones, it tells a lot. I'm sorry. And I think that Minnesota, hold on, y'all can respond. I think that Lakers-Minnesota game one tells a lot. I think Minnesota has a better basketball team. Of course, Lakers have the better stars with Luka and LeBron. But in my opinion, the basketball world wants the Lakers to win so bad that now we have to watch how these games are going to be officiated. No one wants to see Minnesota beat LA. That game one told a lot. Ant-Man is not backing down from nobody. Let's not forget, Flea, you always say he was in the he was in the Western Conference Finals last year, beat the Joker, MVP, 4 games straight. So this young man know what it is to play in the spotlight, and we're gonna have to start circling the block on all jokes aside. Is Luka really better than Ant-Man? Is Luka really the best player in the NBA? Because at the end of the day, Ant-Man is taking some of these guys head on. Pause. Kevin Durant, Kyrie, whether he's successful or not. LeBron, Luka, and he's not backing down. So I get what you're saying, Flea, but I think some of these series, some of these games, I think game one tells a lot. And I think the Lakers are in big trouble because everybody's been saying it all season. The playoffs is different. The defense is different. And if you can't defend nobody, which Flea, you are big on, it's going to be a problem. And the Lakers last night looks like they can't defend nobody. So for me, I think that game one in that series and also the Denver Clippers series is very pivotal. Everything else, I agree, Flea. It's the only game one. We already know what's going to happen. But this Lakers, Minnesota, nobody gave Minnesota a shot in this series.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.